As if he had been poured in tar, he lies on a pillow of turf and seems to weep the black river of himself. The grain of his wrists is like bog oak, the ball of his heel like a basalt egg. His instep has shrunk, cold as a swan's foot, or a wet swamp root. His hips are the ridge and purse of a mussel, his spine an eel arrested under a glisten of mud. The head lifts, the chin is a visor, raised above the vent of his slashed throat that has tanned and toughened. The cured wound opens inward to a dark elderberry place. Who will say corpse to his vivid cast? Who will say body to his opaque repose? In his rusted hair, a mat unlikely as a fetus. I first saw his twisted face in a photograph, a head and shoulder out of the peat, bruised like a forceps baby. But now he lies, perfected in my memory, down to the red horn of his nails, hung in the scales with beauty and atrocity, with the dying gow too strictly compassed on his shield, with the actual weight of each hooded victim slashed and dumped. Seamus Heaney's The Grauballe Man draws inspiration from the archaeological discovery of a well-preserved Iron Age bog body in Denmark, known as the Grauballe Man. Rather than merely describing this historical artifact, Heaney uses it as a springboard to explore profound themes such as death, violence, historical memory, and human identity through literary devices such as metaphor, imagery, repetition, structure, and symbolism. Heaney transforms the bog body into a meditation on mortality, history, and collective human experience than just a corpse. Let's look into metaphor. Heaney uses metaphors to reshape the human body, integrating it into the natural world and symbolizing its connection to history, time, and the earth as well. Wrists like bog oak. He likens the wrists of the bog body to bog oak, an ancient, weathered wood rooted in the landscape, suggesting kind of resilience and a timeless present. Heel like an egg. Here the heel is compared to a basalt egg, evoking a geological solidity and primordial quality, as if the body is as old and immutable as stone. A spine like an eel arrested under a glisten of mud. It captures a sense of frozen fluidity, as if the body is both organic and mineral. An eel trapped beneath mud. Well, these metaphors blend anatomical and geological imagery, linking the human body to elements of nature, suggesting that it has become part of a greater natural cycle. This depiction elevates the bog body beyond its physical remnants, portraying it as both timeless and symbolic of humanity's fragile place within nature. Imagery. Violent imagery throughout the poem goes beyond a description of the body's injury. It reflects a broader history of human suffering and brutality. Slashed throat. The image of a slashed throat speaks to a brutal and deliberate act of violence. This detail points to a history of suffering and sacrifice, not just a isolated incident. Hooded victims, Heaney evokes the collective memory of countless faceless victims throughout the history who have suffered similar fates, adding a layer of universality to the specific image of the Grauballe man. Hung in the scales with beauty and atrocity, Heaney juxtaposes beauty with atrocity, highlighting the tension between appreciation for the aesthetic form of the body and an awareness of the violence that shaped it. These images memorialize the Grauballe man as not only a singular artifact, but also a symbol of broader human suffering, by placing violent imagery alongside the beauty of preservation. Heaney examines the discomfort of finding aesthetic value in historical violence, challenging readers to reconcile these conflicting emotions. Heaney also used repetition in the form of questioning to challenge conventional definitions of death, inviting readers to view the body as more than just a corpse. Who will say corpse to his vivid cast? Who will say body to his opaque repose? By questioning the term corpse, Heaney implies that the Grauballe man, with its vivid cast, retains presence or a vitality that defies simple categorization as death. And the second question challenged the reader to look beyond the physicality of the Grauballe man, suggesting that the body holds an enigmatic depth and opaque repose that transcends our usual understanding of a lifeless form. Through repeated questioning, Heaney really disrupts the notion of a rigid boundary between life and death. The repetition suggests that the Grauballe man is not merely an inert object, but a living narrative, charged with the stories of his past. These questions lead readers to contemplate the Bach body as a vibrant reminder of human history, blurring the line between artifact and ancestor. Heaney's fragmented structure and his forms, also with irregular line breaks and pauses, reflects the fractured nature of historical memory. There's a lot of line breaks and pauses throughout the poem. For example, the chin is a visor raised above the vent of his slashed throat, introduces a pause, forcing the reader to experience the poem in a slow, fragmented manner that mirrors the act of archaeological discovery. They're in pieces. The poem presents disjointed images, wrists, heels, spine, rather than a unified body, making the Grauballe man seem less like a complete person and more like a collection of preserved relics. These broken structure mimics the piecemeal nature of historical memory, compelling readers to experience the Grauballe man as a series of impressions rather than a cohesive whole. Heaney's structure reinforces the idea that understanding history as it's a complex, incomplete process where fragmented memories and pieces form our connection to the past. And symbolism. Heaney uses symbolic details to emphasize the persistence of human identity and to transform the Grauballe man's remains into a representation of human endurance. The red horn of his nails, the nails are described as a red horn, a phrase that suggests strength, durability, a horn, and a part of the body that has resisted decay. This detail symbolizes resilience, a human trace that remains despite centuries just underground by itself. Rusted hair, the description of rusted hair reflects the effect of time, yet the hair's survival itself symbolizes a lasting human presence, a reminder of the individuality that endures beyond death. These symbols transcend more physical description, turning the Grauballe man into a lasting symbol of humanity's resistance to time and oblivion. By emphasizing these enduring details, Heaney suggests that the human soul, represented by these physical traces, persists as a testament to individual and collective memory, surviving even the erosion of time. So to conclude, through metaphor, imagery, repetition, structure, and symbolism, Seamus Heaney's The Grauballe Man transforms the bog body into a meditation on death, history, and memory. The poem reveals the bog body not merely as a historical relic, but as a bridge to human experience, where individual lives are woven into a tapestry of shared human legacy. By examining the Grauballe man, Heaney invites reader to confront the beauty and horror of history, to appreciate the resilience embedded in memory, and to reflect on the timeless continuity of human existence. Thank you.